Thank you. Hi, myself Aditya Kumar. I'm from Vodafone IoT, and I'm going to present Vodafone IoT story, which is IoT needs IAM, the importance of centralized IAM in a growing IoT ecosystem. So this is a story which is based on my experience, so hopefully you'll find it useful. So agenda, I'll first talk about IoT in general, followed by Vodafone IoT. Next, I will discuss IAM in IoT, main reason for implementing IAM in a mature IoT ecosystem, all the challenges which we faced, strategy and solution which we adopted. Finally, I'll share some benefits of what we have achieved and a glimpse into our future. So yeah, starting with IoT. IoT is not a buzzword anymore. So the quality of human life is improving every day with the vast implementation of smart Internet of Technologies. So IoT technology, the application of IoT technology includes smart health, smart home, smart cities, smart waste management system, and many more. IoT technology, so IoT connects the entire ecosystem. So it connects machine, objects, living beings, everything. So let's say your coffee maker talking to your refrigerator, milk's finished, time to refill, or your fitness tracker syncing with the thermostat at home. After the gym workout, maybe you have to control the temperature of the room in a way that body cools down slightly. So IoT technology creates that network of all the interconnected devices, which is machines, objects, or even living beings. Now, each element boasts a unique identifier that enables them to orchestrate different actions, transform how we live, work, and interact with the world around us. Talking about Vodafone IoT, so Vodafone IoT provides intelligent IoT networks to support more than 190 million IoT connections. Now, just monthly data usage just for IoT SIMs, it's more than 5 million gigabytes. Now, with such huge scale platform, we needed to modernize our approach to IAM to support multiple use cases like B2B SIAM, B2C SIAM. So we started thinking about this. We started creating a strategy, 3-year security strategy, just so as to support multiple use cases. Again, I said business and consumer use cases. Now, talking about one of the research report, so based on a data collected from 8 million devices, we have identified that the riskiest ones are medical devices and networking equipment. Now, these devices can be exploited to steal data, spread malware, or launch various attacks on any organization. Now, these are some of the examples of security attacks which can happen on any IoT ecosystem, IoT device, or the platform itself. So we learned about IoT, we learned about risk associated to it, so time for introspection. So we did lots of self-monitoring and we reflected on our own thoughts. Where do we need to reach in few years? So we created like a 3-year security agenda, and we started working towards it. The first step is implementing a strong, secure, and user-friendly IAM in the entire IoT platform, IoT ecosystem. So identity management in IoT, it's all about managing digital identities, including authentication, authorization, and access control, so that only authorized users can access connected devices or the entire IoT platform. Right. So user experience, now to provide a better or good user experience, we needed to have single sign-on to provide personalized experience and also to comply with various data privacy regulations. On security aspect, we have authentication, authorization, multi-factor authentication. So SIAM goes beyond traditional password methods in order to secure critical products or critical platform. Similarly, we have also implemented risk-based authentication, digital device identity management, because we're not just talking about normal sign, we are talking about IAM in IoT, where we're talking about the digital identities. So we agreed on implementing a IAM in IoT ecosystem, but this is what we had. So we had a platform which is more than 10 years old, 10, 12 years more. We've continuously adding multiple products, multiple features on top of this platform. So it was not very easy for us to simply onboard an IAM provider and import into our entire IoT ecosystem. Talking about the challenge, so yes, as I mentioned, this platform is more than 10 years old. We were continuously adding multiple features on top of the platform. Now, each and every component, they were doing local authentication. There was absolutely no single sign-on, no federation. So if you're talking to any other identity provider, there was no federation. Even within the Vodafone ecosystem, there was no federation. So someone like a Vodafone employee or a Vodafone contractor leaving Vodafone, the offboarding process does not allow for that user, the one who has left, to be offboarded from the system. Individual and independent authorization models were being used, and which it was not at all integrated with any centralized IDM. Now, apart from this, we have different solution. They had different authentication methods, and let's say different user portal, business user portal. If a user has to log in onto those two, there were times that user has to log in with a different credential. So it was all part of the entire challenge which we had. Strategy was simple, just to identify an identity server provider, because starting from scratch won't be a good idea. So we thought of identifying someone or a solution which can simply build, which has complete capability, and we can put that in our IoT platform. The main reason for identifying the identity server provider is to enforce the entire user identity and authorization end-to-end across all channels. We needed to simplify single sign-on and federation against service providers. Now, service providers, I'm talking about different service provider. For example, we are integrating a lot with the OEM car manufacturers, and this would help us a lot. So we created a roadmap which was for 3 years, and which we have well achieved. Now I'll talk about a bit more on the solution which we have. So we created a centralized IAM by refactoring our existing IoT platform. Now the approach was to create an identity and access management framework, which to support multiple protocols like SAML, OpenAuth 2, OpenID Connect, also to have multi-factor authentication. Single-factor authentication is quite common. It's really easy to break. We needed to enforce identity federation, single sign-on. Also, we have to build a centralized authorization model. We were also looking for a geo-redundant IAM solution. And for business, it's really important for us to have a third-party integration easily done from our IoT platform, so that we can integrate with consumers like big car manufacturers. Now I'm talking about big car manufacturers here. All these brands, VW brand, Audi, Porsche, all those. So we identified WSO2 as our preferred partner to build the entire centralized IAM. And so the main reason for selecting WSO2 was because it was open source. It also offered customization option. Because we are looking for a geo-redundant IAM solution, so it had that feature that it can cater to geo-redundancy as well. Now we are moving forward with WSO2. Now we are seeing that WSO2 IS can be on different SaaS systems. So we are currently on-prem. We are looking to move to cloud. They also have private identity cloud, Asgardio, which is their SaaS solution. So these all options, and what I've seen is that the entire IaaS feature is exactly same in across all these different variety of IaaS. Now, traditional IAM is quite simple. When we are talking about IoT IAM, it is slightly more complicated. We have to talk about the device security as well. Talking much about that here. Benefits. So we have improved security a lot after implementing the IAM, centralized IAM in our platform. There is a cybersecurity baseline score which increased rapidly when we introduced WSO2 IS or the centralized IAM in our platform. Currently, we have more than 30 OEM car manufacturers integrated with our IAM platform. We also managed to reduce lots of compliance risk by following different privacy regulations. Journey ahead, we are currently looking to move to cloud, as majority of companies, they are moving to cloud. They are because cloud-based IAM provides multiple benefits. So you get scalability, you get cost saving, you get flexibility. Scalability here is really vital to the nature of work which we do. We tend to integrate with multiple vendors and partners, and having a scalable IAM solution definitely helps in quick integration. We are also in process of platform modernization. So it's a journey which we are going on. We are integrating with lots of OEM manufacturers by federation. So we're following identity federation here. In federation, so federation is where the identity of that user is only with the IDP which has the user identity. And from a service provider point of view, it only provides the roles and permission for that user. Similarly, we are adding artificial intelligence and machine learning into our risk-based authentication methods. So these are some of the journeys which we are trying to go ahead to. Ending with a philosophy. So it's not the destination; it is the journey, from one of the famous philosopher. Now, similarly, IAM is not a destination; it is a journey. That's what I have. Thank you.